Good evening, everybody. We're starting the Quantum Leap Summit. Sorry we're late, but we're here, and we have our guest in the building, Luis Akweze. Um, so we're gonna give like 2 minutes or 3 minutes so that people can come up. So let's just wait for everybody to just come so that we can start on time. Okay, so good evening once again. I think we're gonna start very soon. But before we start, I just want us to just funny enough, the two speakers I had today, both of them, their name were okay. Once the last speaker's name was Lois, and this one is Louis. I don't know. I just have a good feeling about that. And let me just introduce Louis a little bit. Louis is someone that I really respect when it comes to this online marketing, digital marketing, and when it comes to publishing, he's a master. He's a guru. He's a god when it comes to writing. He's a god. Someone that he published his first book, I think, when he was in secondary school, and that alone for me is awesome. That alone for me is awesome. He's someone that I greatly respect. So, Oga Lewis, how you doing? How was your day?
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Is past 9 here, West Africa, in Nigeria. So whatever part of the world you're saying this from, good day, your time zone. Mr. Jet, good evening. You're in Nigeria with me, so good evening.
Yes, go soon, Japa. Well, seriously, it's an honor. It's an honor.
It is well.
I'm
well.
really honored to have you here. I know we're gonna learn a lot. So I've already killed time. So all I'll do is that I'll just go back to the studio and I'll let you do your thing. All right. So you have the floor, sir.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you. Right. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good day to you, whatever time zone you stay in, whatever time you're seeing this as a replay or you're able to follow us live. I am super grateful. I do not take your time for granted. All right. My name is Luis Akweze. I am a writer, an author, and I am a publisher by God's grace. Okay. I am the co-founder of Ifadigo Publishing Company Limited. If you could see my mesh, Ifadigo Publishing Company Limited, we are a tech-driven company that publishes books in print and, of course, on digital platforms in digital formats. Okay, we go right into the topic of today. Okay, Mr. Jedi came to me and said, Lewis, how do we train people on how they could become best sellers? Now, in quotes, best sellers. A bestseller is someone that has sold multiple copies of his or her book to the point that he was able to achieve a certain form of results with that book sales. All right. So as a caveat, I want to state this. I'm not yet a bestseller in the word of it. Okay. I'm not yet a bestseller in the recognition part of it, but I've sold a whole lot of books. You know how society works. You know, I am not yet a bestseller in the quote unquote bestseller of it, but I've sold a lot of books. I did my first book when I was 17. I was in secondary school. I was just out of SS3. I did my first book, and that book I sold more than 5,000 copies of that book. Okay, if going by the standard in Nigeria, by people able to do that, that is a best-selling book, and I did that as a teenager because I had a strategy. And today we've been able to help, we at Ifaligo, we've been able to help a whole lot of authors sell out their books. Okay, my co-founder, my partner, Mr. Stanley Meslike, has hit multiple bestsellers, hit the list of best-selling list multiple times with a couple of his books, following the strategy we've used. And myself, my recent books have also done very well in the market. All these things are tied towards having a strategy, having a book marketing templates, okay, to run your campaign. So rewind, let's rewind. I'm saying a whole lot of things people don't understand. Let's start from the very, very scratch, and let's carry everyone along. The topic for today is how to sell your book. I don't want to use the best-selling quotes or quotes best-selling stuff. Okay, just how to sell a whole lot of books, sell your content, sell yourself, become a person of value, a person of influence, and of course, generate income for yourself. I like money. I don't like playing with that income aspect, you know. So, how do we approach this? As a writer, I want to walk you guys through the stages, the process, the steps it takes for you to hit any tangible results as a writer, especially in the marketing and sales department of writing. Writers wear two hats. The first hat is the creative hat that enables you to write. The next hat is the business hat. But unfortunately, a lot of writers don't have this business hat. When I talk about heart, is mindset. When you have a creative mindset, you can create worlds with your words. Okay, be it as content, be it as fiction, be it as non-fiction, whatever. With your writing, with that creative mindset, you could create these things. But after that, what do you need to have now? Business mindsets. And that is something most writers don't have. Most writers don't have this business mindset. They are okay with having the creative mindset. They take writing for fun. They take writing as a hobby. They say, let me just write, let me just write. And at the end of the day, you are passionately broke. All right? You are passionately broke. Okay? So you are broke. You cannot fund your lifestyle from something you claim to be your profession. Now you see writers doing full-time jobs and writing as a hobby because they believe writing is not a business. They cannot earn from it. But that is wrong. Now I will go straight into the business aspect of writing. All right, because for you to even be a writer, you already have that creative aspect of it. You're already creative. If you're not creative, how are you calling yourself a writer? So I'm speaking to those people that are already creative. This seminar is not, this summit is not addressing those that are struggling with their creativity. Go to writing trainings, go for writing programs, and learn how to manage your creativity. I'm here to address the issue of generating revenue from your published assets. Okay, so I want to talk about the business aspects of writing. So key things you must note in the business aspect of writing. Number one, professionalism. Now, professionalism is the all-round look of your content. The quality of your content will, on the long run, determine the quality of your prospects. The quality of your content will, on the long run, determine the quality of your prospects. The kind of things you write will determine the kind of people that will read the kind of things you write. I don't know if this is making sense. So you have to be professional with your content, be it fiction or non-fiction. This entails the what they call it. You have to be specific with your details. Okay, you have to be very specific with your details. You have to be concentrated. Your book has to be professionally edited. A lot of people, they are in the haste to publish, and they publish a first draft. They publish a first draft. One of the worst mistakes you can make as a writer that wants to become an author is to publish a first draft. Okay, a first draft is the first manuscript, your manuscript in the first stage after you just write, you've just written it. That is the first draft. And then probably they did one revision or two revisions, and they take it to press to print it, or they take it to digital publishing platforms and get it published. It is bad. Okay, you cannot make sales with that kind of poorly written book. It's a poorly written book. One bad review will ruin the sales conversion of that book. One bad review. Somebody just come to the review page of your book and say, this book is trash, littered with errors. It has amazing content, but I couldn't enjoy it because the writer has refused to edit his book. Now, the review is sincere. It has amazing content, but I couldn't enjoy it because the writer has refused to edit his book. Most people wouldn't want to go for that. It shows lack of professionalism. You didn't edit your book. You didn't pay an editor to go through your work. You just published probably a first or second draft, which is very deadly. So number one thing you must do, you must project professionalism. This is business. This is business. This part of creativity is we are done. Once you finish writing your book, we are done with the creativity aspect. The next aspect is the business aspect. This is a full-time business. One of the richest men in the world today, Jeff Bezos, is not a writer, but created a platform for writers. And that has been where most of his revenue has been coming from, Amazon. Okay, writing is business. It is a big business. And people have made millions from that. We got into publishing last year. If Adigo is just a year plus, and we've made a couple millions from just publishing. Okay, November 2020. So it's still a year plus, right? Barely a year, 6 months, a year, 3 months or so. And we've done amazing numbers in figures, you know, helping writers become authors and putting them through the entire process. All right. So you must project professionalism. Your manuscript, which is the content, must meet that level, that standard you want to project. You want the world to read your book. You have to create content for the world. Okay. We have not started talking about marketing. Marketing is the system where you now want to make the sales. We're talking about building the standard first. Okay. One bad review can ruin your sales. One bad review. Not that you won't get bad reviews, but let it be the least. Let the good reviews dominate. Now, the next thing that is hindering people from making sales in their books, and they publish amazing content, is this lie that a lot of people have projected, using it as an idiom. You do not judge a book by its cover. Now, my brethren, my sister, my brother, books are first judged by their covers. Books are first and foremost judged by their covers. This lie we've been promoting here and there is for you not to make it. They are telling you you do not judge a book by its cover. They are telling you you do not judge. It is an idiom to mean that you do not judge someone by the first impression or by the expression of their character or something related to life thereabout. In book publishing, in the business of writing, the cover of a book is an integral selling point of your book. Is one of the first things a prospective reader looks at that will determine this reader will buy or not. And that is why you go to the biggest platform, the only thing they give you is the cover. If you go to Amazon, you are browsing through books, you see the covers. You will not see the content. They don't show you content, they show you covers. These covers will determine the quality of prospects you generate, the quality of leads you generate, the quality of people that come to that page, and at the end of the day, people that will ultimately buy. Your cover design should not be mediocre. If it is mediocre, it will attract mediocre people. You should be standard, something anyone, anywhere can get. I remember the time the Harry Potter series was still in vogue, very big. You know, book 1, you look at the cover, it's crazy. Book 2, you look at the cover, it's crazy. These guys spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get that cover illustrations you guys look at. You don't know this is serious business. They spent thousands and thousands of dollars. They have a full-time illustrator illustrating those covers just to capture the essence of the message of the book, so that the target audience will be drawn to possess, to read, to enjoy. So your cover design is critical to your book sales. You wouldn't understand until you look at a cover and you want to just steal the book. There are some covers you see, you are not comfortable, you want to beg the book, please, I beg, I want to read this book. You know, you want to steal the book. Covers are critical, take note of that. Any content you want to put out there in form of a book, you want to package it, fiction, non-fiction, anyhow, poetry collection, anything it is, drama, make sure you are intentional about the cover. Get a professional book cover designer. Take note, I did not say graphics designer. Book cover designer is different from a graphic designer. A book cover designer is a writer, is a reader. So the person understands the message of your content and portrays that message on the cover of your book, so that your target audience will not be confused. Imagine if Harry Potter covers were just done anyhow. If you've read any Dan Brown's book, when I saw Da Vinci Code, apart from the title, people, you know, title is still part of it. We'll talk about title after this. But when I saw Da Vinci Code, it wasn't really the title that pulled me in. Man, it was the cover. You need to see the cover, you will buy. When I saw Angels and Demons by Dan Brown, the title was part of what pulled me in. But then again, the cover was amazing. I couldn't resist it. You see some authors, the cover design they produce is out of this world. If you have any last money in your pocket, you want to buy that book. Okay? So, in the writing and publishing world, a book is judged by its cover. If you create mediocre cover, I just ultimately believe that your content will be mediocre. If you create a substandard cover, look at your cover, there's nothing to write home about it. Inside of me, I already know that your content might not really be anything much to write home about. Okay? So it is critical that you are intentional about your cover. You should be intentional about your cover. This is a message to you out there. This is your first time, this is your debut book. Don't be in a haste. Take your time and get it right. Pay people to help you, guide you. It is better to take time and get it right than to produce a mediocre work and then you keep revising, revised edition, revised edition, revised edition. Yeah, there should be revised edition, but it's not every year you are revising because errors litter through your book. Okay, so we've talked about edited, we've talked about your cover. Now let's talk about one of the greatest selling factor of your book, which is the book title. All right, the book title should be able to capture the interest, capture the attention of your prospect. You have just 3 seconds to convert your prospects. 3. And your book title is your headline. Copyright will call it headline. Your book title is your topic. All right, maybe your subtitle is to explain or to shed more light on your book title. So the book title should be powerful and captivating and compelling and super attention grabbing. I'll tell you 2 stories quickly about book titles, then I'll move on to my next point. Now, some time ago in Malawi, these things are live stories, please take notes. Some time ago in Malawi, an author wanted to publish a book and he titled it, How to Change Your Life in 30 Days. How to Change Your Life in 30 Days. Now he wrote the book, amazing content, beautiful, beautiful writing. He now submitted to his publisher. But when the book got to the press, they made a mistake on the title and published How to Change Your Wife in 30 Days. Now, the difference was just 1 letter. L was off and they brought in W. How to Change Your Life became How to Change Your Wife. So every other thing was the same except this slight error. Now, when men saw that How to Change Your Wife in 30 Days, do you know that men were buying this book? Men were buying this book. I want to buy How to Change My Wife in 30 Days, because probably they wanted to change their wife, not in the physical sense of it, but to maybe make her a better version of herself. Men were going through a whole lot and they wanted to see how they can change their wife to become better people, better persons. So they were buying this book. Nobody cared about the content. People just cared about the title. Have you bought How to Change Your Wife in 30 Days? Everybody wanted to own a copy. This book sold out 2 million copies. 2 million copies. Now the author was concerned because nobody was, he now went back to his publisher and told his publisher that there was an error. It should not be How to Change Your Wife in 30 days. It should be How to Change Your Life in 30 days. And the publisher apologized and said that was from him. The manuscript he submitted had How to Change Your Wife. And then what happened? They changed that title to How to Change Your Life. Now, when they released How to Change Your Life as a different book, guess how many copies sold? 2. The guy sold 2 copies. The guy sold 2 copies. It was distributed to bookstores. Nobody was buying. People didn't want to change their life. They wanted to change their wife. They didn't want to change their life. They wanted to change their wife. Title is powerful. So his target audience that were young men didn't really want to change their life. These young men he's targeting wanted to change their wives. The power of a title. The power of a title. So the problem you might be having is not that your book is not well written, it's not that your cover is bad. Your title is not specific. Your title is not addressing your target audience. And so far your title is not addressing your target audience, they won't buy. It has no value to them. There are 3 things that makes someone buy a book. There are 3 value man gets from reading: entertainment, education, and enlightenment. These are the 3 core things you get from reading. And your content is to be read. People want to read your content to either get entertainment, enlightened, and educated. Now, these 3 things is different for everyone. What enlightens you might not enlighten me. I might already know it. What educates you might not educate me. I might already know it. What entertains you might not entertain me. That is why we have different genres of literature, different genres of writing. Even in fiction, there are different genres of fiction writing. You have romance, have crime fiction. Some people love to read romance. Some people love to read crime. And you are selling a crime fiction book to a target audience of people that want to read romance. You won't sell. Might just sell a few copies, but that is it. Okay, so these are the core things people want to derive from reading your book. They want to be educated, they want to be entertained, they want to be enlightened. So these things are different in different people. Okay, so your specific audience, your book must entertain them, your book must enlighten them, your book must educate them. Okay, if it can do this to that specific audience, make sure you craft your title in a way that it passes across your message to your audience. Craft your title in a way that it passes across your message to your audience. Okay, so the other story about title, the power of a title. In 1984, Nora Hayden wrote a book. She titled it Astrological Love. Nora Hayden, Astrological Love. You can make research on these stories. I'm telling you, these are facts. Astrological Love. She published that book, and it sold a couple thousands, probably 2,000 to 3,000 copies. You know, and judging by that standard is a fair one, because selling 2,000 copies of a book is not a walk in the park. A lot went into the promotion and marketing of that book, but you know, it didn't convert. So someone stumbled across the book, an editor who happens to also be a publisher, read the book and said, Dave, this book is too superb. Why is this book not selling? This book should be known worldwide. What did he do? He called Nora, told Nora about it. I want to republish your book. Is that okay? Nora said, sir, you can go ahead. He got the copyright of the book, and then what did he do? He didn't recreate the cover. The cover was okay. He didn't add any new thing into the book. The content was okay. He didn't change the author name. It's still Nora Hayden. What did he do? He changed the book title. He did what? He changed the book title. What is the new book title? From Astrological Love, he changed it to How to Satisfy Your Woman Every Time and Make Her Beg You for More. How to satisfy your woman every time and make her beg you for, and make her beg you for more was the tagline. The title was How to Satisfy Your Woman Every Time. This is something men were looking for. Satisfy her in bed, satisfy her here, satisfy her there. Men were looking for this thing, and Nora Hayden was calling it astrological love. We didn't understand what she was saying. We wanted simple language, just straight to the point. What was the difference from selling 2,000 copies to selling 2 million copies? 2 million copies. You could see the difference is huge because of the title. My book I did in 2011 is titled The Rising Monster. I was a teenager, I didn't know anything about titling, but I always wanted, I knew my audience were young people. I knew the kind of things they loved. They loved something that would intrigue them, something that would excite them, something that would keep them in a bit of suspense. So I did that book. I titled it The Rising Monster. How did I sell 5,000 copies of that book? You guys have not asked me. I was a teenager. I had nothing. I had no one. My book wasn't a recommended text. How did I sell it? I marketed my book to my direct audience, because the direct audience of my book were teenagers in secondary schools. So I did what? I packed my book. I was going from secondary school to secondary school, and I was pitching the idea to the principal. Let me speak to your students. Let me motivate your students. I was a teenager almost like them. So I finished talking to them. I present my book to sweeten the deal. And the book was just 300 naira, 400 naira there. And they could afford it. I sold a whole lot of books because I went to a lot of schools. I got speaking engagement. I spoke and I sold. The first, I printed 1,000 copies, the first print. I reprinted. The title was The Rising Monster. The Rising Monster. A mixture of high school, blah, 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 blah. Just something I created. High school love with a mixture of fantasy, a mixture of thriller, mystery, and stuff like that. I just mixed up everything and brought the suspense to a climax. And people enjoyed it. People loved it. Meanwhile, the book was trash, but people loved it. It drew them in and they read it. My audience were not complaining. It was what they were looking for. A young writer writing for the young people. They enjoyed it. They loved it. I sold. That was how I sold. Made a couple of millions there. All right. So why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? You should be intentional with your title. Before you pick a book title, make sure it is specific to an audience. Even if you sell long life and prosperity, you can't sell it to everyone. Some people will still not want to buy from you. Even if you sell water, which is the source of life, water is life, everybody takes water or else we die. Water comes in different packages, different audience. People take sachet water, different kind of people take bottled water. Some people take water from the dispenser. Some people still drink their water from their bucket. You know, different audience, different packaging, different people, different prices. So you must be audience specific with your title. Let it appeal to them because they will be the one that will buy. You cannot tell me that your audience is everyone. True, everyone could get value from your book, but not everyone will want to engage with your book. So target those people that are already in that field with your title. Why do you think people buy newspaper? It's the newspaper headline. If there is no engaging headline, paper will stop selling. Let me tell you, paper will stop selling. One core factor why newspapers sell is they promote the headline. TV stations promote newspaper headline. Radio stations promote newspaper headline. Why are they not reading it for you? Is the headline that will trigger it. That is the power of a title. The headline triggers your interest in getting the newspaper. So you go to the newspaper stand, to the vendor, you look at the headlines, you buy the most captivating headlines. You are not buying the paper, you are buying the headline. You might buy that newspaper with the content is nothing, but the headline sold the paper to you. That is the same thing with the power of a title. So you should be intentional and then target your audience with a specific title. So next one, which is where a lot of writers fail, which is where the whole work is you must have a book marketing plan. You must have a structured campaign. How do I want to promote and market this book? You cannot sell if you do not promote and market. Sales, book sales is a result of promotion, is a result of book promotion and book marketing. Look at your favorite authors. Look at the biggest names you know in the industry. They are promoting and marketing their books. I have one guy I admire so much. His name is Sabri Subi. He wrote a book called Sell Like Crazy. Every day I go to Facebook, I see an active Facebook ads still running on Sell Like Crazy. He's still targeting, he's still combating, he's still promoting, he's still marketing, and because he's doing all these things, he is still selling because people are still buying. In the process of writing your book, you must have a well outlined book marketing structure, book marketing template that will guide you towards the process of getting something out of this book. Okay? You must have a plan. Now, this book marketing thing I'm talking about comes in 3 stages. One is the post-launch strategy. Sorry, the pre-launch strategy. Before you release your book, these are the things you need to be doing. You need to create anticipation to your target audience. If you're someone that doesn't have an audience, you've not built a list, start building a list by creating content on your niche. Okay? Create content in your niche, start building a list. It could be a Facebook group, you could be building your WhatsApp contact list, you could be just anyhow you know how to build a list. Start building a list. A list are the people that will buy from you will come mostly from your list. People that will promote, help you promote, will also come mostly from your list in organic sales. We have inorganic, which is paid traffic. You can pay platforms and get traffic, but in organic sales, most of your conversions will come from your lists, because they will become your warm audience, which can ultimately become your hot audience. Okay, so build a list. All right, so we have the pre-launch strategy. Everything, this encompasses everything you need to do and how you have to do them before the official release of your book. In this pre-launch strategy, we have something called the pre-order. The pre-order. People can start buying your book before your book comes out. So you are targeting this audience and they indicate interest. They can start making payment. Maybe they pay less than the official release price of the book. If the book is 2,500 naira, you could tell them, okay, anyone getting this as a pre-order is getting it for 2,000 naira only. And this spikes up more interest. People want to pay. I did a book January last year titled Roadmap to Millions. When I hit something tangible online, I said, well, let me teach people this thing. I've been able to do it. Okay, 2020, I made so much money online. So 2021, I not so much money, rather, please, not so much money, but I made something tangible I've not made before. Okay, I was able to hit 1 million and above. So I said, why not put my experience in a small book and teach people how they can also replicate it with almost nothing. And I did a book titled Roadmap to Millions. I have my audience. I did my targeting. From my pre-order of that book, I sold almost 100,000 naira. Pre-order. I was hiking the price. Buy now or the price will increase. Buy now or the price. I know 100,000 naira might not be a big deal to any of you guys, but to me then it was something. All right. Roadmap to Millions was able to get me almost 100,000 naira in pre-order from my list. I didn't do any paid ad. The list I'm talking about is just my contact list on WhatsApp. So I was promoting only on my WhatsApp and I was converting. The pre-order started at 2,000 naira. I sold pre-order till I sold pre-order for 3,500. I sold pre-order for 4,000. Yes, because when the book came out, it sold for 5,000, and this is a small ebook of 50 pages. The book came out, it was selling for 5,000. People were buying. I made above 100,000 from that small content I put together. It might not be much, but to me, it was something for me, because any income is income. Okay? Any income is income. Most writers haven't made that money coming from the context I'm speaking of now. All right, so let's be intentional, please. Let's be intentional with our pre-launch strategies. Now, after the pre-launch strategies, we have the launching itself, the official release date. What are the things you've planned to do on this day? Are you doing giveaway? Are you doing discount sales? Are you building an army of people that will help you sell? What did I do for Roadmap to Millions? I created a WhatsApp group. I told everyone, if you're interested in helping me promote this book, this is what you get. You get a 30 minutes one-on-one session with me for free. I will answer your questions, help you gain clarity. Free clarity session, that is 20K. You get it for free. What do you need to do? Just help me post this thing on your WhatsApp status. I filled a group with close to 200 persons, and they were posting it on their WhatsApp status to help me. Myself, in return, was helping them gain clarity. It's trade by butter, it's business. With them posting it there, I converted a whole lot more sales. So we have the pre-launch strategies, we have the launch strategy, then we have the post-launch strategy. You could create an affiliate system for your content. People could help you sell your book and get paid. I'm telling you this with examples, something I've done. I did it again with that same book, Roadmap to Millions. The book was selling for 5,000. The affiliate commission is 20%. If you sell one copy of this book for me, you get 1,000 naira for yourself. Okay, and for you to become an affiliate, you have to buy one copy for yourself. So then I built an army of affiliates, seller.co, selar.co, seller.co. I'm in Nigeria, so Seller.co offers this affiliate system. You host your products. I hosted my book as an ebook. I could create an affiliate system for them. So everything is automated. I'm sleeping. People are buying my book because people are promoting it. They want to make their 1,000. For every 1,000 naira they make, I'm making 4,000 naira. It was crazy because I had a plan. So from the pre-order, which is the pre-launch strategies, my launching strategy, and then my post-launch, I knew that I can't market this book forever and ever. I don't have that consistency of long term. All right. But what did I do? I marketed it for a period of time. I mapped out to do it according to my plan. And it yielded massive return before I moved on to my next project. Okay, so your problem is you have no plan whatsoever. You have no plan at all. You just felt like this your book, you wrote an amazing book, it should sell itself. No matter how awesome your book is, it has to be promoted. You have the best products, but without you lack visibility. It's like winking at a girl in the night. You know what you're doing, but the girl has no clue what you're doing. Your prospects are over there, but they have no clue this book exists. It just exists in your laptop. It just exists in your house. You printed 1,000 copies. You couldn't sell one. It's in your house. So you must go for visibility by all means. Have a plan. Have a book marketing plan. You promote your book. You market your book. That is the only way you can sell your book. American Obis, another young man I look up to, has been promoting, marketing, and selling one book for like 2 years now. Your book will sell is the title. Your book will sell. And he's doing everything he outlined in the book, and I'm learning. All right. So you must have a marketing plan. And at Ifadigo, we offer the services of creating a tailor-made marketing template for that your specific book. We look at your book, we look at your content. How best can this book be marketed and promoted? We'll give you a breakdown template for that specific book. What you need to do, exactly how you need to do it, what you need to post, where you need to post it, how you need to post it, everything for a period of time. You do this and you get massive results. Massive. All our authors have always said how powerful our templates are. But that is, by the way, that is a caveat. If you're a struggling writer, you need this, you could just get in touch with me, Louis Akweze, across my social media accounts, and I can tell you more about it. But that is by the way. Okay, so I've talked about content. Your content must be top-notch. Your cover, your title, and I now talked about book marketing template. You must have a template. You must have a strategy. You must have a plan. Don't just hope that people will buy the book. Nobody wants to buy anything. No. Nobody wants to be sold to. But then convince them why they need it. They will beg you to take their money. Nobody wants to be sold to. But once they see a necessity for it, they will beg you to take their money. But remember, your book is a product. So the creativity part of it is your creative mindset. Use it in creating the book, writing the book, but in making something out of this book, getting revenue for this book, you have to become a businessman. These are two totally different angles. You use the creativity aspect to create the content. You're going to use the business aspect to promote and market and sell this content. The biggest authors you know today are still promoting, marketing, and selling their books. Okay? So you shouldn't be an exception. So these are just some key points, some details you need to know why your book might not really be selling, or the things you should do if you want to hit the best-selling list. So let me just give this as a bonus. Let me talk about digital publishing. Digital publishing is when you publish your book on digital platforms, either as an ebook or as an audio book. Now, hitting the best-selling list on the digital platform is very easy. How do you do this? You do this by categorizing your book in subcategories that there are less competition. There are less people competing. Okay, you could come to Amazon and submit your book under, if you submit your book under African literature, a lot of books are competing in that space. So your book in African literature might not even make it. But there are some sub niches, there are some sub genres. You will see African literature. In African literature, you will now see something, see another thing, you know. Just go there, submit your book there, publish your book. If you make just 10 sales, you are the leading salesperson in that niche, in that category. You're a bestseller. You make 5 sales, you're a bestseller. So why I don't feel intrigued of the bestseller title is that some of these guys haven't sold anything. Some of these guys, their book on Amazon is free. All right, their book on Amazon is free, and they tell you they are best-selling authors because people downloaded their book. Maybe 20 people downloaded their book, and in that niche, it becomes the most downloaded, and they tell they are best-selling authors. These things are hype unnecessarily. Best-selling authors are rated by New York Times. All right, New York Times. They look at your selling rates, what revenue you've been able to generate with that content, and then they rate you based on what people are buying. All right. So that is, by the way, that's why I said, quote unquote, I am not yet a best-selling author, quote unquote, but I've sold a good number of my content and helped my clients sell a good number of their content also. All right. So these are just the basic points I want to touch tonight. It's already 10 p.m., just 6 minutes to 10. Mr. Jedi's, I hope this answers, this clarifies some of the things we are meant to look at tonight. I'm so sorry we couldn't go deep into details and all of those things, but then at your convenience, anytime you're free, you could hit up. Louis Akwese is my name. Could hit me up and across any social media, and I will be so delighted to attend to you and probably answer your questions. Mr. Jed, you're welcome, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Louis. Thank you so much. As usual, you blew our
Tuale
minds.
sir. Tuale sir.
And
Tuale sir.
although well, we are going to really talk after this because I think I have someone that's been stopping me. He wants to learn about Amazon, and is willing to pay. So I told him that I don't know any other guy who can teach you except Louis. So I'm really happy. So is there any
It's all right. It's all right.
is there any course that you have that you want to enlighten us about, a book that you have that maybe can help us to become better? Because I think I know of one, which is Writing Right. So I think
Yes,
maybe you
I
can
have
just
writing
give us here
rights.
some.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jed. Thank you. So I have a book for fiction writers. It's called Writing Right, The Art of Creating Worlds with Words. I even have a copy on my table there, but I don't want to stand up from my desk here. A copy is over there. Writing Right is an amazing book. I do fiction writing. I enjoy fiction writing, and I wrote it for fiction writers. That doesn't mean it can help other content creators. All right, you could learn a thing or two from Writing Right. It's a powerful resource. I took time to create it. It took me a year to write Writing Right, which is like the longest it has ever taken me to create a book, because I write in a week. I can write in, I just get a topic. I say, okay, let me write in 2 days, and I'll create a full book in 2 days. But Writing Right took me a year plus. I took time slowly developing it, until it got to the point I published in print. I printed it. So if you want a copy of Writing Right, it's 3,000 naira. The physical copy, printed copy, okay, the paperback to be sent to you, you cover the shipping fee. If you want the ebook, the ebook is 2.5. You could get it on Amazon. On Amazon it's $10, but if you get it directly from me, you get it for 2.5, which is $5. Okay, just connect with me, Louis Akwese, across all social media platforms. You will just get direct link to make your purchase. And then I'm working on a new book. Is the content I believe middle class families and the lower class families should look out for. Is called Where the Hell Did My Money Go? where the hell did my money go? When I talk about title, I'm very intentional with my titles. Where the hell did my money go? Is some people that just get salary this week. We are in salary week now, February 2nd. They are broke. Where the hell did my money go? Is to help you keep track of your finance. The subtitle is debit alert checklist that helps you track your expenses and help you boost your personal finance. As simple as this is, you just put it out there, and people looking for that kind of thing will not be confused. I practice what I preach, so they could easily get it. It's just 1,000 naira. If I would release it that cheap, because it will be ebook, 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira, people could easily get it, and it will solve their problem. So look out for that. Where the hell did my money go? Is superb. Is amazing. I'm almost done writing. So
Actually, I'm looking forward to that book. Please, when the pre-order is open, just just let me know. I'd love to be the first person to pre-order. Seriously, I'm really looking forward to that book.
no problem. People have
So
told me, "Sir, release this book. Release this book." I've not even
please
released
release
the
it.
cover. The cover is radio. I look at the cover. I
Wow,
say,
wow,
"Damn, it's crazy. It's
wow.
crazy." Because I suffered from lack of financial accountability. I suffered it.
Okay.
So it dealt with me. You can give me 1 million tomorrow. Come back. I can't account for it. So
Wow.
so I had to learn financial accountability. So I want to help people manage and keep track of their money, or else they will remain broke. That is it.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so
Jed.
much, Luis. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro.
It's an
I'm
honor.
grateful,
It's always
man.
an honor having
I'm
you.
grateful. Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir. I'm grateful, sir.
actually, the good news, Sha, is that you ended Cotton Leaf Summit for me. So, and I love the fact that you ended. I love the fact that you ended in massive value. Like seriously, like we have come to the end of Cotton Leaf
All
Summit.
right.
This dream.
Let me do something crazy right now. Since I'm the one ending Quantum Leap Summit. If you are here live, I don't know if you're live or if you're seeing this as a replay, and you outline 4 things you learned from this session. You outline it very well, and I see it as a comment. I will make a reply to that comment. You tell you that you have won airtime. You win. You stand a chance to win a 500 naira airtime
Wow, wow.
sent to your line, and
This
I'll
is
do this for
awesome.
2 persons.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you
That is
so much,
1,000
Luis.
naira airtime. If you are serious, so if I just
Thank you so
comment
much.
one, you send your number. I'm sending you the card immediately. Don't worry.
Wow,
All right.
wow. Thank you so much.
So that is to support you, to make sure you listen and learn. I know a lot of people will not get to the end of this video and they will miss this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll be in the comments. Yeah, this video is going to YouTube, right?
Yes, yes, yes. It is. It is.
I'll
Whenever
be
you
in the
click the
comments.
link,
I'll be
you watch it.
I'll be in the comments. I'll be waiting for people that actually go through the entire video and then listen that God did this. They will get their card. Don't worry. I will just reply
Wow.
and
Thank
send them the
you.
card.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome,
Wow.
brother. Welcome. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
It's an honor. All right.
All
So
right.
everybody,
I beg to take my leave now.
honestly, you deserve it. You deserve it. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Bye bye for now. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Um. So everybody, we have officially come to the end of the Quantum Leap Summit. So, like I said, all you just need to do is submit yourself to the teachings of the teachers and the coaches that have been teaching all through these 3 days, and don't omit anything that they have said. Apply it, and then you will see yourself at the summit of your career. So, once again, my name is Jedi. Thank you once again for being a part of the success of this program. Thank you and good night.